We're at what are we? We're at about 20 games in the NBA season, 20-ish games, right?
Oh, this a pivot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're at about 20-ish games. Um, listen, recession is up. You know, cost of living is up. Everything is up. Egg prices is up. All these things is up. And people want their money's worth. So let me tell you something. If you're at the bottom of the league, you're gonna have a hard time convincing them season ticket holder fans that the product that you're putting out there, if it's subpar, is worth continually paying for. Um, and that's what the Kings are running into right now. They're running into that issue. Ooh,
Cussing out Zach LaVine.
yeah. Damn. This is a Sacramento Kings super fan. They had to pause the game because he was going at Zach LaVine specifically at Zach LaVine. Now, before we get into his explanation, Kings are 5-14, 13th seed. Are they the bottom of the West right now, or like
bottom 5 probably?
Let's just see the whole league.
They're above the Pelicans.
They are 13th in the West. They are the how many teams in the East? The East is kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2. They're like a top. They're one of the top. Or they're one of the worst 10 teams in the league. One of the worst 8 teams in the league, or something like that. So the Clippers. People was grinding the Clippers, but nonetheless, I mean, do you think he's justified $200,000 for these tickets?
Absolutely. I've always been under the train of thought that fans of any caliber, they are allowed to heckle within reason. Like that, you can heckle as a fan. You suck. You. That's fine. That's part of being a fan. Also, it's a part of being a fan is calling out players if you're absolutely right. Zach LaVine has been playing like absolute dog water and has a dog water attitude. As a fan, I feel he's right to say, "Hey, your attitude sucks. Play some defense," or whatever he said to him. Like it was absolutely just as long as you can call him out his name or disrespect him as a man. That's it. Or disrespect his family. Those are the only three where I'm like, it's reasonable to get them thrown out. I say fooey on the NBA for always kicking out fans at the whim of players without even knowing what was said. That's BS. You're coddling these players. Let the fans be real with them.
I need to see more context on exactly what was said, because I do agree with Damo. If it's like a one time, oh, JB, you don't got a left hand. You know, I even do that. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a constant the whole game and you courtside, like behind the bench too, I definitely have seen some fans that are just like doing way too much. Like just from like an annoying perspective. Now you're annoying the other fans in the arena. Like, now you're doing too much. Doing way too much.
Wait, can I ask? So if you're courtside or you're sitting right behind the bench, how many JB you got no left hands are you allowed to get away with before it's all right? Get him out of here.
Me, I ain't getting it off.
In your opinion, no. In your opinion,
just any person.
In your opinion, just a heckler. How many times, if they're that close, they can be heard? What is the line to you when heckling before it's like, okay, now you're annoyance?
3-strike rule. Especially if you yelling too behind them, JB, you suck. You ain't got no left hand. Third one.
And let me hold on. You muted Damo. Let me ask you this: does that change if it's not basketball related? Like JB, you ain't got no left hand is a basketball related comment. If the comment is not basketball related, does that change?
Yeah, if it's not basketball, that's worse.
So they have less than 3 strikes.
JB, your hair's fake. Your hair fake, JB. You got a spray tan for a hairline. They got less than 3 strikes on that.
I guess it depends. When Omar said that, I was thinking like way more disrespectful things.
I just heard some out of pocket stuff last season with Brittany Griner, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, but your hairline fake. That's along the lines of you ain't got no left hand. I ain't gonna lie. So
let me say, Damo, because go back to Russia was probably like the least insulting thing. Me, wow, they are just taking it here.
They are getting it off.
And mind
Yeah,
you,
I just don't believe the fact that you paid for season tickets now gives you like a lot of rights to say some wild shit. That's my ultimate point.
the only thing I'll say is I'll give him a little flex. As a season ticket holder, yeah, I can get it off. No. But I'll say this. I mean, just to me, and there's a reason why I'm not a season ticket holder to like the Hawks or to the Falcons. I can only deal with so much mediocrity. And granted, when I got with the Atlanta Dream, they were still mediocre, but there's a different type of vibe and environment in the WNBA. One, it doesn't cost as much, but two, we're kind of on the up and up, and there was some like good stuff going on and stuff like that. Once the price gets to $200,000, and specifically I see players slacking off, that's the other portion of this conversation that the gentleman had issue with when it comes to Zach LaVine. And Zach LaVine this year averaging 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 59 from the field, 38 from 3, but a 124 defensive rating. And, you know, even if you don't know how defensive rating works, I mean, you could kind of guess. That's not good.
Well, do y'all think, like, just put it in our perspective a little bit? I understand create different scales. Do y'all think like Hall of Fame members have more leeway / right to criticize us than superstars?
1,000%, not even close. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to retweet.
Not even close. I'm trying to find
again, as long as it's constructive, and it makes sense, and it's on, it is with the content. That's fine. Once people start, I agree with the concept of once it takes past that of it's past talking about content. You talking about personal stuff, trying to get it off just because you're a Hall of Fame member. Nah, that doesn't fly. But if they feel our on-camera presence is shitty, they can tell us that in any facet, shape, or form. Hey, gang, pick that shit up. That's ass. You're not giving a reaction.
And that's what I'm saying. Like constructive criticism, I agree, but on the disrespectful side, what I'm coming at is just because you're a Hall of Fame member, don't make you special in that regard. That's where I'm gonna treat you equal.
Yeah, disrespect is disrespect. But if they say if viewer 181 who is just a I just popped in because the thumbnail and title was this says Omar pick it up, not moved. If even long-term viewer not member says it, still not really moved. If member says it, I'll say this: if long-term viewer but not member says it, I'm gonna take it into consideration a bit. Member says it, definitely taking it into consideration. If they're Hall of Fame and if they are somebody who constantly donates and stuff like that, I'm changing them. Whatever it is, I'm changing them around.
Been at the whim because they're genuine supporters. Like that's hard to come by. That's special, especially if you're either a mediocre, and I'm kind of blending it, a mediocre franchise, or content creator who you could have a fan base, but your core community of supporters isn't nowhere to fucking be bragging about. Like, cool, you got some supporters, but you're not fucking out show speed. You're not at the level to where you can just blow off people who are really spending their money, which in reality, anybody spending their money matters to me. But people who are repeatedly for years, we got people 36 month resubscriber or member says some shit. Hey man, listen to that nigga. He's been watching he's been a member for 36 months. He's been an MVP for 36 months. He really fucks with the content. He fucks with you, whatever it is. That's real criticism.
And I'll say last thing before I play this clip, and I'll say the thing that the NBA messed up on is selling the experience from a totality perspective minus the on-court stuff. You're when I was able to get tickets to go see the Hawks for $15 or with a Happy Meal purchase or whatever, that was based on the on-court performance being piss poor. That had nothing to do with the amenities around the court. Now, because they based everything off of the amenities around the arena and with the in arena experiences like and all that, now they can justify $200,000 for Kings season tickets. You've got to get out of here. The Kings. All right, so this is the season ticket holder. He's 9 times out of 10 he was gonna be a famous dude. Oh wait.
41 to 6. What's up, guys? Apparently, I'm viral for getting kicked out of the game last night. So, before I even start this video, a lot of people in my DMs, they want to interview me, want to know what happened, what's going on, and all that stuff. And then there's people like, yo, I love what you did. I want to support your site, but nothing's on your site. We took all of this stuff down off our website because we're having a super big Black Friday deal for you guys. So tomorrow you can shop on our website. Now let's get to the game. And before I even get to that, let me apologize to my wife first and foremost because she was with me, and so she had to get kicked out with me, and that's embarrassing for her. And I apologize to her. I also apologize to the security that mind my section, Glenn, Ken. I'm sorry that you guys, had to restrain me. I apologize. And then to the brother, I forget your name, with the bald head who walked me out there. I apologize to you too. I was livid, and you didn't deserve, to have to push me out of the game. I should have just left. But basically, what happened is, after not one, not two, not three, not four, but after the sixth time, Zach LaVine leaves his man wide open for a three. Doug Christie calls the timeout. They come over to the bench. I say, yo, we don't pay to watch you not play defense. And Zach LaVine looks at me and says, then go home, nigga. I see people saying he called me a bitch. He did not call me a bitch. He said, because if he did, it would have been way worse than what y'all saw. But he didn't do that. So I'm not going to put that on him, right? But he said, then go home, nigga. Take your ass home, nigga. So I started letting him have it. I was like, no, I pay to be here. You go home. You getting paid over $40 million. You only got 8 points, and we in the fourth quarter.
All right. Just off that, just the quick right, wrong. I see Damo's face. Right, wrong. He pays to be there. You get paid to put out this subpar performance is a difference.
The criticism was constructive. So at least one strike. Can he get a strike? Like, damn.
Damn, a strike. He hit a home run. And I'll give you an extra one. That half and half calling me a nigga? Stop it. He gets a strike. How about that? I seen him and his sister a bunch of light brights. Y'all can't be out there just calling people nigga like that. Are you insane? That alone lets me know this fan was in a disregarding the fact that his statement was very correct. You're not playing defense. It's the fourth quarter. You got 8 points. People was calling people crazy. People was calling people like that's Damo crazy. I'm speaking as that person. Calling that's Damo crazy for saying Austin Reeves is better than you. And this is how you perform? Like, come on, dog. So I'm 100% with the fan.
Okay. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to tell him. I agree. Let's keep going.
You didn't show up. Once again, you didn't show up. All these fans in Sacramento, they deserve better than that. This is one of the dopest and best fan bases. I'm not even from Sacramento. I'm from Brooklyn. I moved out here when I was in the military. I got out, created my business, became super successful, and I had signed Montrezl Harrell. We were making his sneakers. I went to one Kings game. The arena, the staff, everybody was so dope. They hit me up and said, you want to be a season ticket holder? And I said, yup. And I got to watch Fox. I got to make it to the playoffs. I got to watch Coach Brown. All of that stuff from Doug coming up from Sacramento legend and being a coach. All of that stuff. I come to every game. I drive an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back. So that's 3 hours of my day that I come to watch you guys play. I cheer as loud as possible. I cheer till my voice is hoarse for this team. So to have a player that we say, we don't come here to watch you not play defense, get a fucking attitude and tell a fan to go home, nigga. No, you go home and find your fucking game. How about that? Go home and find the game that you left there because you're not bringing it to the arena. And that's all this is about. The last game before that, we watched y'all fight back and win in overtime against the Timberwolves. To come back to this game and see you put no effort. That's all the fans want is effort. Sacramento Kings have some of the best fans. They have some of the best, if not the best, people that work in that arena, from the security at the metal detectors when we come in courtside parking. All of those ladies and gentlemen are super sweetheart. And that's why I come to the game, because I know we losing games, but it's the people that you get to be around, right? Me and my wife connect with a lot of the employees there, and even the other courtside season ticket holders. We link up, we go out, we talk business. You know what I'm saying? So that, for the people asking why I go to the games, why am I a Sacramento Kings fan? If we suck in all of this, it don't matter. It don't matter, because what matters is the players that's on the court need to play like the fans deserve. That's it. I'm just a fan that want to see y'all actually try. And when we losing 41-16 in the fourth quarter, after coming back 2 nights before, whatever, and this is the effort we get now, that's all we want, guys. We just want to see y'all play with effort. We don't want y'all to be mad at us for telling y'all not playing defense. I play sports as a kid. That's what you want. You want to be held accountable. I don't know if this new era, I'm older than all the players on the team, but where's the accountability? You should know you playing like trash.
Let me just say that Zach LaVine is in a lot of trouble, boy. because there's been a lot of situations. I don't know if I can be heard. There's been a lot of situations where fans have said things about players, and I'm really talking about Westbrook a lot of the times, where fans say things about players, and fans ourselves can look at that fan and be like, "Oh, you piece of shit. He's a dirtbag." And why would you say that to a player? He's a dirtbag. This man got on camera and started naming security guards. This guy got on camera and literally, at least to me, and it's just my opinion, my assumption, he got on camera and looked and sounded every bit of what a NBA fan of a team would sound like in that situation. Yeah, Zach, you're cooked, buddy. You're cooked, buddy.
Yeah, because I feel like in a lot of these scenarios, like the public is way more pro player. So for this to be one of the few cases where, I mean, you're paying $200K a year, he can't say play defense, like, and he got proof too. 6 straight possessions, he left this man open. I mean, damn, I can't say he played defense. That's crazy.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, is first and foremost the season ticket experience. Even the live experience is not for the fan. Like from a professional sports perspective. And I wonder if I would say something different if I was like a fan of, well, no, I can't even say that. I was gonna say if I was a fan of like Golden State through their run, but they priced it out for fans. They priced it out for a certain type of fan. They put it into a stratosphere and an atmosphere where only a certain type of person could be in attendance and stuff like that. That live perspective is not necessarily for fans anymore. And sad thing about it is he seems like a real diehard fan of basketball. That what I just saw is somebody who likes basketball. And to be quite honest with you, from a season ticket holder perspective, there's not many incentives to spending thousands of dollars with your favorite team. You don't outside of the season, you don't get too much.
Isn't it like for a lot of people like an investment type shit?
Yeah, where you like you said, I meet up and
like
do
you make more. No, but I'm saying like you make more like reselling the tickets and actually.
Oh yeah. But I think there might be a level to it once you get to like his level. But ultimately, what you're stating is true. You get more out of reselling it, and you can also get out of it like, oh, I invited so and so over, and they came from X, Y, and Z place out of town. We can go to see a game as a part of us like doing business with each other. I'm trying to close a deal type situation. But he seems like somebody who likes to actually go visit these games. And not saying that none of them do. It's just he also wants to see like a level of competitiveness. He's not just looking at it as I don't know. Let's say you were running your channel during the era of Tom Brady and the Patriots going on their runs. And you don't like football per se, but you bought season tickets because you know, hey, if I fly in X guest to do my podcast, one of the things that I want to flex for them is just, hey, we can go to a Patriots game. That's gonna be the thing to close a deal. Yeah. He seems like somebody who actually likes basketball and is invested. If he was living in Phoenix, he would have season tickets. If he was living in Atlanta, he would have season tickets. If he was living in Boston, he would have season tickets. If he was living in Orlando, he would have season tickets. Full stop. That's what this guy specifically sounds like. And it's real messed up when people don't give effort. And I can't stand. I was reading the comment section. They were like, "Oh, here's a clip of Zach LaVine giving defense. You tell me, gang. I'm sorry to tell people, and I get it. People gonna nitpick at some point on some things, but I feel like that's bullshit. Don't nobody gotta have questions about certain people performing. And if you get one question about you and your performance, we're not talking about, oh, you didn't drop 30 tonight. We're just talking about you actively participating. That's a problem on you. That's a you problem. This isn't somebody's being nitpicky. You have a problem.
Yeah. When the effort is being questioned, it has to be visible enough to even be questioned 90% of the time. So I feel it.
Holy cow. This is just another, somebody invited him onto the Locked On.
Let's get him on. Let's get him on the pod.
This is King's
I'm down.
King's drama.
So he said what he said, and I got upset. One, because Zach LaVine doesn't interact with fans at all. He acts like he doesn't see us.
Ooh.
I've seen kids try to get a high five from him, and he just walks past them like he don't see nobody. So the first time you even interact with a fan, it's me who sits right here by the bench. I'm a courtside season ticket holder. I raise my voice the whole game. I go home every game hoarse from cheering. Whether we winning or losing, I be cheering. When we get blown out, I stay and wait till all the players leave before I leave, right? So you say that to me when you never interacted with the fans. But because we tell you, and I was saying it in general, I'm like, because he's not the only one who wasn't playing defense. We have this uncanny knack of leaving people wide open for a corner three. Like, we do it all the time. And this hasn't been this year. So it was just our frustrations as fans. So when I'm like, I guess he could hear all of our conversation, and he had enough. He knew he was playing bad, I guess. The frustrations, I don't know. But just to be like, that's your interaction with me. So I told him, I said, hey, it's funny you have that fight for me, but you don't have that fight on the court. And I told him, you need to go home because you're not playing. You left your game at home. Come, and as I was getting escorted out, I told Scott Perry, I said, hey, Scott, you was right about him. You was right. You was right about him. And that's when they, it made.
I don't know. I'm on his side. I
100% on his side.
Yeah.